Well, we were hoping third time's the charm, but third time's the draw again. We had 1-1 draw here in 2012, followed by a 0-0 draw there, and another 0-0 draw there just a few days back. What are your thoughts and feelings, guys, on this? We knew we weren't really exactly hoping for a win, especially given our
it's a new squad,
everything, diba? New head coach, new squad, well, some new members, diba?
And some new some comebacks.
Yes, that's right. So, thoughts nyo, guys? 0-0 away. Oh, and then all of these factors, like we said.
Well, he starts.
Nagkakahiya.
Who's gonna start?
So, well, I think it was. In fairness, it's quite a lucky result. If we're being a bit honest about it.
That's right.
Crossbars.
Yeah,
crossbar and uprights.
Upright. Tatlo yun.
Malaysia
First 20
hit,
minutes.
Malaysia hit the woodwork 3 times. He had a goal disallowed,
Right.
which I'm not sure was rightly disallowed. We need to see the replays on that. Debatable, it's debatable.
A lot of debatable.
Then again, it would be moot and academic, diba?
Yes.
Even if we review the replays.
And so, like, all in all, it was quite a lucky result, but you can see progress in the team. When you had 5 debutants, and
That's
you had, as you said, players coming back, Anton Del Rosario particularly. So it was a new squad. It was the first game of the year, and it's already March.
Yes.
So it's quite a long time. So given everything, it's obviously a good result, and hopefully some stuff to build off.
And it's refreshing also to see certain names in the squad and starting 11. It's refreshing to see some of the young Azakals starting.
A balance.
And there's a balance. I mean, if 19 players are trading their wares in the UFL,
That's right.
That's a lot for. I mean, in the former system, I mean, we wouldn't even dream of having 19 players in the squad. So 19 from the UFL sounds like
actually
a good,
many of our prayers have been answered, no? I mean,
Yeah.
diba? Some
names.
Diba? You know what I really liked, I know I'm pointing, but maybe if I can just interject into the discussion also. I like how Coach Dooley, of course, we'll get to that
bit
later, no? But I liked how he was very generous and appropriate and timely with his substitutions, diba?
Yes.
Kanina,
and like for like.
yeah, exactly. We were discussing earlier what substitutions from the defense to someone up front, and we were all what? I mean, again with the old regime, and then but now we're seeing all of these things, di ba? You're saying more like for like substitutions, and ako dun ako sa generosity, di ba? How many substitutions did he make? 5, 6, di ba?
So basically the maximum
exactly
for
a
each friendly.
friendly, di ba? And it was more for
Maximizing it,
and making chances also for putting in 4 new players to start. 5 and then of course someone coming off si Kenshiro. Diba?
It's really interesting. And when you look at the age of the squad, I think at one point it was under 21.
Yep.
Basically.
They were young squads.
There's one point during the game that parang lahat. Uy, is that SEA Games?
Probably Rob Gear was the only, or Phil Younghusband was the senior player there.
And he got off.
Yeah, both of them were substitutes.
Kulang na lang, ipasok si Amani. Kulang na lang. Diba?
Yeah.
Promising. And the fact that we have a lot of new faces.
That's
First
right.
and foremost, finally, prayers have been answered for Lasalians. Patrick Dato on goal. Bigyan mo na ako! Isa lang maging mayaman.
Bigyan mo na. Hindi, totoo naman.
Totoo.
In
In
fairness,
fairness to Patrick, he was
probably
awesome.
Yes.
He was
Yes.
awesome.
It was awesome, and at the same time, the defense got lucky with those crossbars. With the disallowed goal.
They owe that crossbar a beer.
Another long overdue another long overdue appearance apart from Patrick Dato was of course Balot, Doctora. Diba? We've been for 2 years now I think on this show calling for Balot to make it to the national team finally.
This is for him. This is third time's the charm.
That's right.
Called up in 2008 qualifiers Challenge Cup. Called up in 2012 for the friendlies in the Middle East. And
nag-training camp sila nandun sa bundok sa Bacolod, diba?
So yeah.
First full cup.
Yes.
First full cup.
Yes.
And
He started
I think among the players that Coach Dooley has scouted during his first few days, I think he was impressed the most with Balot.
That's right.
Just see his work rate on the right.
And
He was
speed
threatening during the game.
That's right.
Yeah. A couple of times.
Phil might feed him or some other midfielder and find him into space. And almost scored a goal. Sayang na
Which is
nasablay.
I think we were saying earlier off cam nga, di ba, na maybe it also caught the Malaysians unawares. Parang sino to? Di ba? We've never seen this guy before, di ba? So yun, I think it's also something good for us. Di ba? Again, also options up front on the attacking end.
It's probably not good to get too carried away with that. I mean, statistically, Malaysia really should have won the game.
Yes.
So there's a lot to work for. I mean, if the Philippines want to be the top country in Southeast Asia, then they have to beat Malaysia, even if Malaysia are at home.
That's right.
Of course, it's the first game for the new coach. Right. A lot of fresh blood in there, a lot of new blood. And so there's a lot to work out. So there's a long way yet, and there's not too long before the Challenge Cup. So it's really about trying to get that balance right and seeing what's going to happen in between and how much work goes on until then.
I think actually, especially with the likes of Malaysia and Indonesia, I think if there's a kind of example we have to look at, it's how we eventually got to beating Singapore. Diba? It took us how many games din, diba? Before we finally beat them, and it took us 41 years, and then like what, diba? And then what?
Cebu.
Hindi pa nun. Yung before that 2-0 yung Singapore.
Doon. So parang it was nice, and then of course yun nga, Cebu 1-0, and then of course unfortunately they beat us when it mattered. The most. Diba? In the semifinals in our second appearance. But that's water under the bridge. But like I said, maybe something like that, to your point, diba? I mean, if we really want to prove our worth as supposedly the top Southeast Asian side, not counting Australia. May asterisk yun di ba?
Pretty big asterisk.
Di ba? Panggulo siya, ang laki niya, di ba? But yun, again, if we were to count that, di ba, fine. Sige, Philippines, the legitimate number 1 in Southeast Asia. Then you're right, we have to start, scratching off these teams on our list. Indonesia, we're also getting there, diba?
The best way to...
Pogi team natin yan. We haven't won them, I think.
We haven't
for a long time.
A spot in Southeast, number 1 spot to win the Suzuki Cup din.
Yes.
Because it's the tournament where all the regional teams competed. And we haven't won any silverware to actually back up the claim that we're number 1 in Southeast Asia.
Except for one.
Which is our own
it's our own
tournament.
So
it's silverware to claim.
Yes.
I don't think the Peace Cup
and we're playing against competition that technically we chose. So, diba? I mean, we invited them.
Favorable.
Yeah.
So
always
Cup
below.
should be there, somewhere there.
Yes.
Sure.
And it's as you guys were pointing out earlier, it is the regional competition. So it's something
it's basically,
to win.
Even though wala tayo sa World Cup,
kahit yun man lang.
Yun na yung World Cup natin.
And yun yung best proof that if you win the Suzuki Cup,
you're the best
are
in
number
the
1
region.
in Southeast Asia. So, I think.
So what do you guys think naman of, officiating, and I mean, may nagsasabi, dapat may penalty kay Jason De Jong nung 89. May nagsasabi, bakit 5 yellow cards yung Pinas, yung Malaysia, isa, 2 lang. I don't know, any thoughts about this other aspect of the match?
The refereeing.
Yeah, but of course, it's always an
dito,
issue anywhere.
Dito sa atin, big issue na parang game, week in, week out sa UFL. But still, at the end of the day, the referee's decision is final.
Yes.
Whatever.
So even that disallowed goal.
I think the Philippines should be quite pleased with the referee.
Yes, actually.
Part.
I mean, there was one point where one of the Malaysians should have got booked when he pushed down a professional foul. But aside from that, generally speaking, the calls went in the favor of the Philippines.
Actually.
And if the referee had chosen a different response, like with Jason De Jong's foul there, then the Philippines probably would have lost as well. So it was a very, very tight margin.
Yeah.
And the ref did have a few big calls, especially the goal. And I think we disagree on this a little bit, actually. to me, it looked fairly legitimate. I've not seen any replay yet.
You seen the arm? There was an arm
no.
there.
Was there an arm?
They all have arms.
Arm on somebody's head.
On
There's
someone's
lots of
head. There's an
arms.
arm on someone's head.
Tapos may flares pa, di ba?
I think
Galatasaray yung kalaban natin nun eh.
I think it might
first 30
be
minutes and then suddenly, oh my God, what's
no,
going on?
it determined as well the first half because first 20 minutes they were dominating at will. Could have scored 3 goals or more. Then that happened, nakapagpahinga, we were able to recover and
I think parang
came close scoring
That's right.
twice.
In fact, in the second
Got
half,
our
it was more
bearings together.
Philippines.
Yeah, the
pa nga
possession
diba?
was ours.
Yeah, possession and even chances were better also.
So I didn't manage to catch the first 30 minutes because someone flooded our house in Payatas. I'm not kidding.
But you wouldn't have caught it either
It's good to hear that.
because
oh, yeah,
of
that-
because of that,
because
you know,
of some
that's snafu.
yeah, some
Yeah.
some broadcasting fluke they were claiming. So well,
Live.
anyway.
No, it wasn't. They chose it. They decided on it. Let's be honest about this. They decided to show a different game.
Yes,
A
a replay,
replay.
a replay,
A
at that,
replay.
a
And it wasn't
replay.
even a Philippine game. either.
Exactly,
It was
exactly.
abroad. So that was
Replay.
bad. Even Bob apologized for that.
I know,
on
I know,
behalf
I know,
of
I know.
The network.
Hashtag
And in
Kapuso,
fairness
sorry.
to
Magkalinawan lang tayo dito ng loyalties guys.
In fairness to Bob,
I know.
he
Yes,
apologized
yes,
on that,
yes.
and it's a bad situation.
Yeah, and we all of us were I think expecting the kickoff to be 8:45,
Yeah,
8:30 pre-game.
It was 8:45.
It was
exactly.
8:45.
In Malaysia, yes, of course. Oo nga naman. Tama
Yeah.
naman. So anyway, I think we keep it there because I understand, of course, we have a separate episode about the brand new head coach of the national team. This time the
Yeah,
men's
no,
seniors.
seniors.
Yes.
Sure na to.
So anyway, for more updates about the upcoming friendly naman against Azerbaijan, and of course about the new head coach, the new Azakals daw sabi nila. Of course, please follow us at FTW Sports.